As you can see, power has been restored in the BMW i3. And welcome to the new studio, which is actually the back of the car. Headroom, armroom, legroom, pretty comfortable in here really. Today's adventures, yes, a normal day working. I ended up 64 kilometres away from home with 32 kilometres of range left. Absolutely no problem. Hook it up to a Blue Corner charger, have some lunch, carry on the day, get home, absolutely no sweat. Except the subscription card that was with the car, the RFID chip wasn't recognised by the charging post. Oops, bit of an issue there. Another option on the post was to SMS, like you would a parking space, SMS to code, activate, whatever. Didn't work, rejected. Okay, please call this number. Called the number, voicemail, okay, didn't work. Called the number on the post, another different number. Through all the selection, language, whatever, technical issue, boop, 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 voicemail. Great, I'm standing there like a lemon. I called BMW. They were a little bit baffled by it. There's nothing wrong with the car, nothing wrong with their service. They were going to try to contact Blue Corner as well and see what's going on. In the end, literally the parking space was next to a little cafe restaurant thing, so went there, had some lunch, what have you. 10 phone calls later, literally 10 phone calls later, finally a technician manually activated the post so that I could charge the car. No sweat, all problem. I left it on there a good few hours, 96% when I left. I could have probably just got away with an hour charge to get back or continue my journey, but it does leave a massive question. The infrastructure we've got over here. Imagine pouring with rain, 11 o'clock at night. You're out there, there's no cover over the chargers like you're at a petrol station, there's no roof on it, you're standing there. Luckily it was sunny, it was cold but sunny. What do you do then? You've got voicemails, BMW aren't going to pick up. You've got the panic button in the car, the concierge service which would answer, and you'd eventually find a solution probably. But it is, I'll say a worry. I mean, I laughed it off. It's part of it. It's part of the experience. It opens up questions about the infrastructure we've got. Not the car, not the range itself. It would have been a perfectly normal day with the 110 kilometre range that I had this morning. Absolutely no problem at all, except the issues with the charging station. Another question I had, and a couple of police officers came to me while I was on the phone and looking at the car and stuff. I asked if I needed to pay to park there. It was on a public car park, bang in the centre of the city, prime parking position, couldn't have hoped for a better parking spot. And they had no clue if I had to pay to park there. BMW, actually, I asked them as well. They'd not been asked that question. So apparently it's actually down to, I found out later, it's actually down to the city or the town itself to impose parking charges on that parking bay or not while you're charging. There's nothing mentioned there. Well, I parked there and I didn't get a fine, luckily. But it's worth the charging companies putting a sign up there, in this town you have to pay, or this town you don't have to pay. Anyway, I'm going to plug it back in. A lot of the doubters are going to be saying, see, told you so, 100 kilometres range, it's no good, it's no use. Well, actually, it is, you know. I've done 400 kilometres now since I had this car. This is the first time I've tried to hook up to a faster charger, and it's gone terribly wrong, which actually I'm quite pleased it has, because it does highlight the issues that can be had, not generally will be had. Generally, I would have just pulled up, chipped my card, walked away, an hour later come back and I'd have a load of charge. Absolutely fussless. Absolutely no complaints about the car, not at all. So smooth to drive. BMW backup support has been fabulous. It's an infrastructure problem, and the government here are the ones that need to address that. And I hope a lot of people start figuring that out, rather than saying, nah, it's useless electric, see, it's useless. I hope a lot more people start to switch in the next year or two so that the infrastructure does get more support. And then the battery's gone.